Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We back with another one. So, fight day, top ranked boxing. You know what I'm saying? ESPN Plus, ESPN. You got FA Ajagba versus Stephen Shaw. We're gonna touch on that card, touch on the times and all that good shit, so where you can find it. But before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody coming through, checking me out. Feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. So I want to recap last night though. So we had a good fight last night. I don't know if everybody had a chance to check it out, but pretty good fight. It was a unification fight versus it was Kim Clavel versus Jessica Plata. Real good fight at 108 pounds. Had the WBC and WBA titles on the line. And it was on ESPN Plus. I'm not sure if y'all missed it or whatnot. And if you got ESPN Plus, you can go back and watch it. But it was a good fight. Back and forth action. I thought Plata was winning the fight clear to me because of her long range punches. You know what I'm saying? She was a longer fighter. I like her jab. She was hooking off the jab and going to the body. And I thought she was like kind of controlling the pace. Clavel, she's tough, strong, and she showed she had some dogs. She ain't want to lose that fight either. And she tried. She just came up short. You know what I'm saying? I like the scorecards. The scorecards was perfect. 97, 93 twice and 96, 94, all for Plata. So unanimous decision. That set her up for a big unification down the line. The vacant titles, we got two vacant titles in that division. Um, in November, we had Castle Valley. She moved up to 108, and she beat the former champion Bermudez, Evelyn Bermudez. So now those titles are vacant because Castle Valley she moving back down to 105. She got two belts down there, so she's gonna try to pursue unification undisputed with the winner between Sinisa Estrada and Tina Repish. I can't say her last name, but Sinisa got a fight coming up March 25th. It's a unification. So it's some good business down there. I don't know if everybody in tune with women's boxing. This was a good fight too. You know what I'm saying? I know it's early in the year and people want to give it fight of the year, but the year just started. But it was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? So that was last night. It was pretty good. So salute to Jessica though, unified champion, man. I like to see stuff like that. And that was a good ass fight. So when you got the best people, the best fighters fighting each other in the division, plus they got a lot of stuff on the line, it's always good for boxing fans. So that was cool right there. You know what I'm saying? So moving on to tonight. So we got this card on ESPN Plus. So we got the start time is at 6 o'clock on the East Coast, 3 o'clock on the West Coast. We got 8 fights right here. One of the fights fell out today. Floyd Diaz, his fight fell out because he got sick. He had food poisoning. And Natalie in the building. What's good with you? Happy Saturday. Salute to you. Salute, salute. Yeah, that was a good fight though. I enjoyed that. So the card about to start within the hour. You know what I'm saying? So I got some good prospects. We get to see Brian Norman Jr. There's a lot of talk about him. I'm happy to see him getting active. He just signed with Top Rank, so that's a good thing. You got Shushu Carrington, one of the best prospects we have in boxing. His fight fell out last month, so he got a new date. So that's what's up. So should be pretty good though. Dante Benjamin, that's another good prospect, light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Top Rank. They be having a lot of prospects. You know what I'm saying? Um, you got a 50-50 fight on this card. We got a couple of 50-50 fights, but the one at 130, Abraham Nova versus Adam Lopez. That fight right there, I can't even call it. I like Lopez in the fight, but I think it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? And we all know both guys really need this fight. Nova coming off a highlight reel knockout loss, and then no Lopez, he didn't look too good in his last fight. So, and both guys moving up to 130. You know what I'm saying? So it should be pretty good. I know Nova is a hometown guy. You know what I'm saying? He may have like the political advantage and shit like that. And I think it's do or die because whoever loses this fight, they can get cut by Tyrant. You know how Tyrant don't be playing. So that's a pretty good fight to look out for. The start times, once again, y'all can see it right there, but let me take this off. So let me change this banner real quick so you can see the start time. So it says 6:50. Well, excuse me, 5:55 on the East Coast, but I'm just round that shit off to 6. So that's the undercard, and then the main card gonna start at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. And it's pretty good though. I like the heavyweights. Y'all already, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the fights for the heavyweight with Guido Vanello versus Johnny Rice. That's another 50-50 type of fight, especially with the odds. All these fights, if you're trying to go bet, they all close. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I like Vito in the fight though. I like Guido to win the fight. Even though Johnny Rice came in, it looked like he in decent shape. I know he came in 274, but that's decent for him. And he's a boxer. So that should be a good one. FA versus Stephen Shaw. This one I'm high on because a lot of people they're not familiar with Stephen Shaw, but he's been around for a long time. A good boxer puncher, can use the ring. You know, to me, he got like a 80 style type of style. 80 heavyweight, the 80s heavyweight type of style. Robert Brown, what's good with you, bro? Salute, salute. So I like how he boxes and uses angles. Undefeated, 18 and 0, 13 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? He just fought in November, so he should be active and sharp in this fight. FA, the big puncher, slow feet. I like FA when he had a high work rate. Like when he was fighting on PBC, he was throwing like 75, 80 punches around. That's high as hell for a heavyweight. He kind of trimmed that down, depending on who he fighting. But he looking for big power. He a big right hand puncher. He has a good jab when he commit to it. Um, Efe is a good fighter. He kind of like one dimensional in a sense. He just slow. He real slow to me and kind of predictable with his shots. So we're gonna see how they mix it up. You know what I'm saying? As far as the trainers on FA's side, he got Coach Flick. You know what I'm saying? I know he had Coach K. He haven't been really looking good since he left the PBC. My man JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Since he left Ronnie Shields and PBC, like I don't think he been looking that good. And if y'all remember Coach Flick last performance, I mean it wasn't too good. Coach Flick had Adios in the Morrell fight, and he was giving Adios some trash instructions. Fa is average in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he average too. I think he above average puncher, but everything else is like average to me. He says salute to you, bro. So he got to redeem himself because I felt like in the fight Adios versus Morel, he probably could have prevented that shit from happening. You know what I'm saying? I know Adios came through, God bless him, all that good stuff, but I think that fight probably could have got stopped like in the 8th round. He ain't have to take none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's questionable. Stephen Shaw has Coach Bashir. Coach Bashir used to train Andre Ward when he was an Olympian. He's a real technically sound trainer. He's been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? TS Boxing, salute to you, bro. What's good? I got Shaw and Vanello. Yeah, me too. I got them too as well. I just think Vanilla gonna end up outboxing Johnny Rice. I want to see if Johnny Rice gonna be aggressive in that fight. He normally sit back and boxing. Um, doing research on this card, I mean, I knew Johnny Rice fought both FA and Stephen Shaw, but he got one of the better resumes. Shit, in boxing now, like if you really look at it, I know he lost some fights, but he fought FA and Stephen Shaw. And the fight with FA, He was outboxing FA in spots. He just wasn't active enough. So, and he was slowing down FA's pace. And he got a similar style to Stephen Shaw. Stephen Shaw beat Johnny Wright 6 rounds, easy money. So I can see Shaw slowing down the pace, counter punching. I like to see him try to walk FA back. Now the ring they're gonna have tonight, from my understanding, at that venue is normally it's like a small ring. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna play a part. But if FA ain't cutting the ring, FA not a guy that cut the ring off. He just come forward. He just come forward, throwing punches. Um, he will establish his jab. He looking for the big right hand. He don't have a hook. He do not have a hook. I don't think I remember him scoring a knockdown with a hook, and he rarely go to the body. So Stephen Shaw, he have some things to counter. He can counter over the jab. You know what I'm saying? The straight right hand, if he lunging with it, he can land some good shots. I think the movement of Shaw is going to help him out a lot. But he can pick his poison. Like he can kind of walk Effie into some shit. We'll see. It should be a good one though. You know what I'm saying? Now I wouldn't be surprised if Shaw stand on the outside and boxing Effie. I won't be surprised. Using the stab jab, his using his jab up top, and just frustrating Fa. You know what I'm saying? And we all know about the sparring that Stephen Shaw had. You know, he sparred Andy Ruiz, he sparred Deontay Wilder. So you can't get no more prepared for Fa Ajagba than sparring Deontay Wilder. And I ain't talking about just one time. I mean, he been in plenty of camps. Um, one thing I noticed about Shaw, one thing about Shaw I noticed he sat down on his punches a lot more when he was overweight. Yeah, when he was like in the 250s, 260s. And he been around the same weight recently in the mid 230s. He a little bit higher this time, but I still think he's gonna be the faster guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to rewatch Corbin fight. Yeah, he did him dirty. I watched the Corbin fight. I watched Rydell Booker, the Marquez fight, Donovan Dennis. I watched those. And I watched FA's fights. I watched the Sanchez fight, which he had problems in the Sanchez fight, the movement and stuff like that. And his feet, like I said, his feet is slow. And a lot of the time, like the time he got dropped by uh Kalage, his feet was like tangled up. He got hit with a shot. He tried to be overly aggressive. He sparred Torres, yeah, Steven Torres, XL, yeah, FA the truth. Yeah, we're gonna see. He want all the smoke, man. Let's see. I mean, I'm with it. I don't know about all the smoke. He he turned down an AJ fight too. But it's all good. It's all good. But nobody really remember that, so you good. Um, but I like this fight though. So this a good card though. You get to see some prospects. I'm interested in Brian Norman Jr. Kevin Brady. He's in a tough fight. He's in a tough fight. He missed weight, but I guess they kind of worked it out. So they can have the fight. But the guy he's facing, Severa, that's a tough fight for him. And then of course, Abraham Nova versus Adam Lopez. You got Bryce Mills. Bryce Mills is a local guy from that area, upstate New York. You know what I'm saying? He said I do. That's why I said that. So yeah, so pretty good. Shushu, he's back. Can't wait to see him back. You know what I'm saying? So that's the card. So it starts at the top of the hour on ESPN Plus. It's 8 fights. The main card is going to switch over to ESPN at 10 o'clock East Coast, but it'll still be on ESPN Plus, so you won't miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? He says Brian Norman, yeah, all the fights will be televised. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. So if you look at the bout sheet, you got they got the order. So Dante Benjamin gonna go first. That's a light heavyweight. Shushu is second. So just getting you guys prepared. Then Brian Norman Bryce Mills, Kevin Brady, and then the Nova Lopez fight. Yeah, it's solid. I like it. I like it. Kicking off the year pretty good. I'm waiting for these schedules to drop. PBC is supposed to drop a schedule. Um, Matchroom and the Zone. Top Rank pretty much doing their schedule. They got some fights coming up, so yeah. Just to touch on a couple of fights that got announced, just to make sure everybody's tracking. Jose Ramirez versus Richard Comey. That's March 25th. That's in Fresno. That's on Top Rank. Sinisa Estrada on that undercard. You got Raymond Muatala on that card. I forgot somebody else. I can't remember right now. But you know how they do their prospects. Excuse me. March the 4th, you got Taylor versus Catterall 2. I'm thinking Michaela Mayer gonna be on that card. I'm thinking. I'm not sure though. I know she got a tough fight coming up too. She's gonna face Christina Leonardo too. That's the boxer that beat Alicia Bumgarner. So you know what I'm saying. The storyline continues. Barbosa versus Pedraza. That's February the 3rd. That's on the undercard of Liam Wilson versus Navarrete. Yeah, that's a good fight too. That's a good fight. Richard Torres is on that card too. The young Emilio Vargas, Fernando Vargas' son, he's on that card. Yeah, it's a lot. So Top Rank got a decent schedule coming too. You know what I'm saying? Now we're waiting for the two big fights, two undisputed fights they got coming up with Tyson Fury and Usyk, and then you got Haney versus Lomachenko. That should be in May. Is there anything to big fight Maxeo? Nana anyway vacating and moving up. Hope is yeah. Um. So you should see Figueroa versus Maxeo in March. That February 25th PBC date should be headlined by Jeremiah Ponce versus Sabril Matisse. And then you got Elvis Rodriguez versus Joseph Adorno. And you should have another fight. I think it's Jamal James versus Alberto Palmetto. So Figueroa and Maxeo, they're gonna fight for the WBC interim title sometime in March. And then we'll probably see anyway versus Fulton next. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it's going. Now you got MJ versus Tapales. He got the other two belts. That should be in April. So more than likely, we'll see anyway versus Fulton, and that like something may happen in Japan. So, that's a big fight. That's a big fight that I've been asking for. So hopefully everything works out. I know stuff been changing and injuries and stuff like that. But if you look at the timeline, Fulton is a Muslim. He celebrate. He's going to observe Ramadan. So that's what March 22nd to April 22nd. So his next fight probably ain't gonna be till late May or June, similar to Devin Haney. So yeah, I think we're gonna get anyway versus Fulton next. Well, Fulton anyway. Um, Fulton is not going. Hey, you might have to eat your words. You might have to eat your words, especially for somebody like me that's kind of on the inside, and you know how I be doing. It's looking likely that Fulton is going to Japan because he is the one that turned down the Figueroa fight. So he turned down the fight to pursue anyway. Now I know I know a lot of people, they get on PBC and this, that, and the third, and they probably don't understand these fighters like that because you're not looking at it from an inside perspective. But from what I got, he pursuing that fight with anyway, and that's the fight he want next. There's only two fights he want at 122, anyway, and the winner between MJ and Tapales for undisputed, and those guys is unavailable. So, but I guess we'll see. I think Usyk too small for Fury. I just think Usyk too small for Fury. No, I agree with that. I think so too. I think he can box well. on the outside for stretches of the fight. But if Fury decided just to get rough and dirty, Usyk ain't gonna have an answer for that. So I agree with you. If Usyk neutralized all that land, yeah, yeah. How he gonna do that? Like how he gonna do that? He don't really fight on the inside. He accepts the clinch. Is it gonna be moving? He gotta be in excellent shape. Fury will try to wear you down. So we'll see. That's interesting. Step in the building. What's good with you, bro? What's good with you? Salute. Yeah. So y'all, hey, TS boxing, stay on the lookout, bro. I don't know. Um, yeah. From my understanding, Fulton is pursuing anyway. You know what I'm saying? And with Raif Salim, he might be the odd man out, of course. So he looking for a plan of action as well. I know WC ordered him to face David Picasso, so we'll see what happens with that. But definitely. So you're gonna see. We're gonna see. He said, "Why would Fulton want to go all the way? Want to go all the way and walk?" Well, that's what the money is at. That's where the money is at. And as a true champion, you are. I mean, that's what. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for you, but for me, I like to see champions go to other countries and go in enemy territory and come out victorious. I mean, I love what Devin Haney did. No matter what you thought of Cambosis, he had everything stacked against him. And most people were saying he was crazy for taking those two fights. And look what happened. But as far as him going over there, it's a lot of stuff that you probably don't know. That's why I be saying like when people be blaming PBC and this and say, oh, like you said, he not gonna go to Japan. You know, yeah, it's different when you get shit on the inside, and a lot of people really don't understand it. But he gonna go. He all aboard about going over there. It's a big payday for him. It's a bigger payday if there was a fight in the United States, believe it or not. Because Fulton is not a big draw, a big star, and stuff like that. So nah, he going. You'll see. And when they drop it officially, I'll be looking for you too. My man Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said Yokohama. Yeah, we'll see. Um, and anyway, gonna get it to watch. Already, yes sir. Tokyo Fun. That would be a huge. Yeah, it'd be huge over there. Huge. I don't care about two champions. It has to make sense. You gotta look at it from a business side because when you lose those things, well, you'll see. You'll see. I'll be looking for you too. And yeah, it's funny. I'm letting you know. Fulton is pursuing a fight with anyway in Japan. I can't make it no more clear than that. And I actually think it's better for him to do that because anyway is rated real high by everybody, by me as well. I think he's one of the best fighters in boxing. And you going over there and trying to dethrone him, regardless if it's on top rank, PBC, it don't matter. If I ran a promotion, I'm watching that shit because that's like what true champions do. Now it may not be for you, but for me, I don't worry about like if you worry about what the fans say, we'll be so. You see how delusional fans are, and y'all gotta come to me to get a peace of mind. Because if you go listen to all the other shit on YouTube, you go crazy. You don't know what to think. But you come here for peace of mind. So I don't think you worry about that. Both fighters are true champions. They want the best fight, and they've proven that in their career. So this is something that should be pushed. We should be pushing for this fight. And for me, TS boxing, like you trying to discourage me from wanting to get this fight. That's disrespectful. I want to see the best fights. Let them go over there. I can't comment on your channel. Okay, you talking to him. He says definitely happened. Look at Lubin. Absolutely no reason in the fight Fundora. I mean, it was a reason. It's a reason because you got the champion. that already smoked him in one round. I'm talking about Jamel Charlo. What did really Lubin do? What was some big win that he had that we was to think that he was going to beat Jamel Charlo in a rematch? So yeah, he wanted them to prove themselves. And that was a fight of the year candidate. So you say one no reason to fight him, but when I watched the fight and see it's a fight of the year candidate, and what it did for both guys, even though Lubin got stopped, he still was winning that fight. He dropped Fundor. It was a basically a classic. Like, I don't look at it like how you looking at it, because the fans wouldn't want to see a Mel Charlo versus Castano. I mean, Mel Charlo versus Lubin part two after what he did. What he beat Rosario after he already got stopped to the body and was shaking on the ground versus Charlo. Like that really put him to some high esteem. He beat Goucher where he got hurt late in that fight. I mean, people were saying he's still chinny. Like what win did he had to tell you that, oh shit, we need to see the rematch? So you put him in with Fundora, and that fight was Lubin's fight. It's just down the stretch. He started fighting the wrong fight, and then he got stopped. They both traded knockdown. See, I don't know. I'm looking at a different perspective because what they did for us fans, it brings like some type of entertainment that we can always remember. For me, and those guys put their life on the line on some shit, regardless of you say that it wasn't no risk, no reward. It was for them because they won't go get the Charlo fight. That was a prereq for them to get the Charlo fight. Both of them. Now that Fundor won, he only one fight away. He got Charlo at the end of the year, but that's something that everybody don't be knowing. But it is what it is. I don't know. Yeah, that's facts. It's big. Yeah, he should be back. He should be back soon. Maybe Castano. I heard that in Japan wrestling. Yeah, I know back in the day it was. I know for sure back in the day it was. My man D'Lo in the building. Salute for the WC. Did that what matters? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All that shit is just a prereq. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you get stopped in the first round like the way my man got stopped, he probably need to earn a little bit more, to be honest. But it is what it is. I always want to see the best. Yeah, always want to see the best versus the best. No, facts. I do too. You're looking at it from a fan's perspective. You gave to put yourself. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's all good, bro. He was all ready to get the Charlo fight. And he won't go get the Charlo fight before. See, that's not true. You're missing a step, but it's all good because nothing was gonna get in the way of Charlo getting the Castano fight. And and even if he would have won that fight, Tim Tszyu was next anyway. He would still have to take another fight. But it is what it is. You seeing it unfold though already. You seeing it unfold. You know what I'm saying? But if he get a win, they talking about him facing Castano, he'll be right back in the mix. I mean, it is what it is. I think he can come back for sure. Everything works out. If he would have followed the game plan and was boxing against Fundor, he probably would have won that fight and stayed away from the inside. But he kind of refused to do that. But it's all good though. Hopefully he come back. Um, it's still, but I think this year it's gonna start picking up. The first quarter, it's gonna pick up for sure. Even with January not even the biggest month for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's been pretty decent. I know we're gonna end the month. I know what next week we got Eubank versus Liam Smith. That's a fight I'm looking forward to. That should be pretty fun. I think their style's gonna mesh up real well. Joseph Parker coming back. You know what I'm saying? They got a good welterweight fight too. Chris Congo versus Usman. That's a good fight. And y'all can catch that on ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying? Honduras should move up. I think, shoot, he may. I don't think he's struggling to make the weight though. I don't think he's struggling, but I think when he do move up, he's gonna feel right in. Um, he was supposed to come back in February, but his fight date got pushed back to April. So I hope it's Tony Harrison. That's a big fight too. You know what I'm saying? That's a big fight. Maybe that maybe that can go on the Spencer Thurman card or whoever got a pay per view coming up. I'll take it. But yeah, next week we got a Don King card. Next week, Stavern versus Jonathan Giltry. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm laughing and shit, and it's funny because Stavern's still around fighting. But that shit gonna be a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? If you into that, like sometimes I just want to see a good fight. A lot of the times I want to see the best fighting the best fighting the best. I like to watch the sweet science. I like to see a brawler fight. I like to see guys that's technical. I like it all. The women, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean laughing. Now I like to watch it all, so it's kind of different. That's why I be thinking like I be looking at boxing. I be putting it on a pedestal when people be trying to dog it down and stuff like that. Now, it's a lot of shit in boxing that would make you want to do that. The politics of boxing, the fights that should happen that don't happen, stuff like that. I get it, but it's so much for me. There's so much stuff in boxing that I can't get stuck on one or two, uh, situations or fights or whatever. I just move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? He said heavyweight boxing is my favorite part of boxing. Yeah, heavyweights when they on fire is good for boxing because everybody love a heavyweight fight, title fight, or just a regular fight. So yeah, I'm with that too. Yep. So we supposed to get AJ supposed to be announcing his fight. We know it's April the 1st. We're trying to narrow down the opponent. I heard like 3, 4 different opponents. I heard Jilly Jane. I heard Herkovic. I heard Otto Wallen. I heard what's my man's name? Jermaine Franklin. So hopefully he picked up Dempsey McKean. So those like guys like Anthony Joshua and Canelo, they kind of hard to guess their opponents because they're the cash cow, so they got enough bread to entice a lot of people, and sometimes they're just looking for the cheaper option so they can get the bigger bag, and then it's hard to guesstimate that too because if they're negotiating with 3 fighters and one get wind that they're gonna make, let's say they're gonna make an extra 300 grand, so the other guy gonna outprice themselves. So whoever don't outprice themselves normally get the fights. That's how that should be working. So yeah, but I feel like it's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen this year. A lot of good fights. Like tonight, I'm a Shaw fan. I'm shocked when Ajagba picked him. This would be Shaw's breakout moment. While Fa guys know where he goes from here, but I mean, if he didn't pick Fa, I mean, if Fa didn't pick Shaw and he picked somebody else, then where would his career go? If he was picked Guido, where would his career go? Win or lose? That's telling Top Rank that shit. You ain't trying to fight nobody. You know, Top Rank don't got that. Top Rank don't got patience with fighters like normal promotion companies do. So either way it go, you know what I'm saying, they'll have to step up. See, I don't understand that mindset right there. Because FA, if you really look at where FA was at, you consider this maybe a step down for him. He should be farther along in his career than what he was. I feel like he was fighting better competition when he was on PBC. So I don't know. I don't understand that because whether Stephen Shaw faced, if he was to fight Fa Oh, he was the face Guido. He was the face Oslenbeck, Mahmudov. Any of those guys that got over there. Tony Yoka, even Jared Anderson. He has the potential to having a breakout performance. So I don't know. And FA at his stage of his career, he can't be fighting guys like he fought in his last fight. Like he shouldn't have stepped that after the loss to Sanchez. He shouldn't have stepped that far down. He should have probably stepped in the middle of the road. He probably should have fought somebody like Carlos Takam coming back off that loss. He faced a guy that didn't even want to be in the ring. So I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Derrick James working with AJ. I mean, shit. Yeah, that's what I heard. We'll see. We'll see how AJ, how Derrick James juggled that. Do you think Bob Arum will ever step aside or will he continue? I think he going to the end. I think he going to the end. Um, yeah, he going to the end. But he got a good team in place though, so when it happened, they're just gonna keep it moving. Oh no, for sure. No, that was a good fight last night. No, definitely. Yeah, I was hyped about that shit. I'm waiting for that. Any word? Uh, yeah. I mean, they threw out a couple of sites. If it's pay per view, it's gonna be in Vegas. If it's not pay per view, it might be in the Middle East. So Middle East and Vegas. I like Vegas, so I'll pull up. Middle East, I don't know. Let's be honest, it's much harder to come back from a loss than me. Yeah, I mean it is. Then this day and time it is, but it's not that hard if you got Jay Prince as a manager, which FA has. So it depends on the person. All things being considered, yeah, it's pretty hard, but I don't be worrying about what these fans be saying because majority of the fans don't even like boxing like that. They just wait till a fighter lose and then want to go crazy. So I don't know, but yeah, it is hard to come back though. It is hard to come back. I see FA versus Dubois. That seemed like a fight that could be possible because they both basically on the same side, I guess, with Frank Warren and Bob Arum. This guy get FA ranked into the WBA. I don't think it's gonna be next. I don't see Dubois fighting nobody really tough coming off an ACL injury. If you look at his resume, he wasn't facing a lot of guys that tough before when he was 100% healthy. He said boxing in this day and age, for sure, bro. It's all good. It's hard to come back for sure. I mean, some people can bounce back better depending on the team they have, for sure. Let me see. Oh, Matchroom's supposed to announce some good fights too. Only scheduled fight I'm really looking forward to. Okay, Matisse versus Ponce. Yeah, it does have fight of the year potential for sure. For sure, for sure. Uh, who's the women's breakout boxer this year? You think? It depends on the opportunity that they can get. Honestly, it really depends. But so I got to base my answer on that. So it has to be somebody in Matchroom. So I would say maybe Scott Nicholson. Scott Nicholson may have a good opportunity. Sandy Ryan, that's another one. If she can get the fight with Chantel Cameron at 140 for undisputed, both of those ladies. Yeah, women's boxing though they fight each other. A big example last night, undisputed, well not undisputed, but unification with those ladies, and they just recently won their titles. Kim Clavel won the WBC. Her next fight is a unification. Jessica Plata won the WBA last year. I want to say her next fight was a unification too. So they ain't wasting no time. Sky, yeah, she can fight. Look out for her. Um, Speaking of women's boxing, what's up with Taylor? I mean, we first things first. February the 4th, we got to get through that. If Amanda comes out clean with that, you'll probably get the rematch in May. So stay tuned for February the 4th. Ron Boy Fresh in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Um, what about Caroline the Brawl? Yeah, she nice. No, she nice. She can fight. I thought she already broke out last year. So yeah. You said breakout star for this year. So I thought she broke out last year. But yeah, she can fight. She got a fight coming up February the 11th. Um, Seems like Pitbull Cruz got even bigger. No, facts, he did. Same as Rolly. Yeah. Like I said, it's the situation, who you fighting, how your team is set up. I mean, look at Richard Comey. Look at Richard Comey and Pedraza. Shit, them dudes stay on a top ranked card. Stay in a main event too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it depends on your team. I ain't saying it's easy to come back from a loss in this day of time. You know, it wasn't easy to come back from a loss back in the day. It's just we didn't have all these YouTube channels and social media to report on that shit. But it took motherfuckers a long time to come back. Lenz Lewis lost to Oliver McCall, lost his title. He took on the big kid. He took a couple of tune-ups, a couple of, welcome back to the top. He didn't just go straight back into the fire. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It depends. It depends where you at with your boxing knowledge, I guess. There's so much talent in women's boxing. No, for sure. That's facts. It got off to a good start already, though. You know what I'm saying? Well, last night, we got two undisputeds on February the 4th. We got unification with Sanicia March 25th. We're supposed to get Franchon Cruz Zern versus Hannah Gabriels. You know what I'm saying? That February 11 card is stacked. You talking about the that boxer show, or you talking about the PBC show? Which one you talking about? But the boxer one, I like. I like that Adam Azim. Adam Azim, I like that kid. Um, Facts about Comey and Pedraza. Yeah, yeah, Lou. Yep, yep, and his manager too. I forgot his manager name. Serrano versus it's that. I like the card. They got a new fight on that card. Rashad Matty versus Keith Hunter. That's a tough fight. If Keith Hunter bring it, he said boxing. Okay, yeah. Because they just got the new. They got what's the dude? I just seen that shit. Anthony Sims versus Select. They got Zach Shelley. Yeah. I like the card. Franchon Cruz versus that's a good fight. Um, no, that Serrano Cruz card. Yeah, that shit's tough. I like it. I like it because Scott Nicholson, she's in a tough fight. She's facing she got a tough opponent, and then Ramla Ali got another. She got a tough opponent too. They fighting for regional titles. Um, I like the fight with John Bowser and Richardson Hitchens. I think it's gonna be one sided though. I like Hitchison in that fight. And then Rashad Matty versus Keith Hunter. That's another good one at 140 pounds. I like that. Yeah, that card good. I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure. Probably some. To be honest, it got to be some Mexicans or something. Just to keep it a buck. It's in San Antonio, so I started thinking like Kevin Gonzalez or I don't know. I don't know. They haven't released that. Scott Nicholson can box. Southpaw. Um, Good boxer, counter puncher. She don't have a lot of pop like that, but she's the type of fighter that's difficult to fight because she's long and rangy, and she don't give you too much. So you gotta be like a bulldog that's willing to jump in and be active to outwork her. But if you're not, she gonna step around you all night, put that jab in your face. She can be world champion. Now I'm not sure if she beating Amanda Serrano, but once those titles become vacant, she'll get one. Um, nah, I think Bam fought at the Port Tech Arena, but yeah, this one, Foster versus Vargas, is in the Alamo Dome, but that's a different arena, a different venue, should I say? Bam should be back April 8th, back in San Antonio. That's good. I'm mixed. I'm getting mixed info. Who the hell Fulton fighting next? I got bread on this. Probably anyway in the summer in Japan. Probably anyway. It should be Max Sayo versus Figueroa in March. They're gonna do it like that, which I'm more than happy because that's one of my fights I want to see. My three fights I want to see this year is that one. Anyway, Fulton. I want to see Wilder versus Joe Joyce. Like I don't really. I just want to see this shit for the violence part of it and see who going to give and who going to take. And then for the ladies, I want to see Sanisa versus Yocasta Valley, and we looking like we may get that. So I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think with Fulton anyway, that's looking good. You know, still some stuff we gotta get right, but that looking like the fight because he said, "So what's up with Aleem?" Man, Aleem, he in a tough spot. He odd man out like a mug because he's older. He's a big guy at 122. Um, they did him dirty with the WBA. He supposed to have been mandatory for them, but they did him dirty. And he's number one in the WBO. But anyway, gonna take that spot from him because he's a super champion. He was ordered to face David Picasso, but I mean, Coach McRoy told me that they ain't trying to fight no more eliminators. They want a title shot, and they deserve it. Like Aleem may be one of the best fighters without a title right now, and he can beat one of those champions too. So he the odd man. I'm not sure. Do he take that David Picasso fight? You know what I'm saying? I don't think PBC is got him high on their priority list. You can just tell by how they moving him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Um, I told his coach they need to go holler at Top Rank and see if they can get in the mix over there. Even go up to 126 and get in the mix because he 33, about to be 33. He ain't gonna be at that weight that long. So yeah, man, it's kind of disappointing how his career going. I like to see Yoka versus Superbad. Yeah, yeah, me too. Um, what's his manager's name? I forgot his name. Prince Ranch Management, some shit. But I had the dude's name. That shit in my Instagram. If you go to boxing scene, recent article about Raisa Lane, I think it was yesterday. It'll give you that information. He just had a press release. Nah, for real, that's facts. Nah, Fulton don't want to fight him. Y'all can call it what y'all want to call it. He don't want to fight him. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why he put that press release out yesterday, so he can kind of get ahead of the game. Yeah, 126. Yeah, get on the top range side. You know what I'm saying? Or if he gonna stay at PBC, get on that side. See, can he face the winner between Figueroa and Max Sales? I don't know. That's crazy. Nah, bro, it's Fulton versus anyway. That's the fight that they try and pursue. Figueroa versus Max Sale. Stay tuned. It's anyway a free agent. I heard he may be. I don't think he's signed with the PBC. I just think his promoter is basically signed with them and doing shit. I may be wrong. Somebody correct me, but for my knowledge, he's how like they have those token promoters, King's Promotion, TGB. Y'all know what it is. He's with King's Promotion, so they provide boxes and matchmaking for PBC. So I don't think he's actually signed to PBC. But if somebody got the real information, let me know. But he definitely, yeah, King's promotion. And I think that's coming up like in April or May. He said I can dig it. That's what I got. March the 11th, Maxeo and Figueroa. Shaw, yeah, it's about to be, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's about to start. The main event portion will start 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock Pacific. Yes, sir. Now, Fulton, and that, hey, look, I was trying to say that shit earlier when my man was trying to go against me about Fulton going to Japan. He didn't believe it. They think because, oh, he PBC not gonna let him go over there. But you know, that's why I was just like, man, all right, you're gonna find out. When it happens, I'm gonna find you, and then we're gonna, we can get the, give you the floor and let you explain whatever. Because a lot of the shit on the inside, a lot of people don't be knowing. But yeah, he's not signed to PBC. Shit's funny. Yeah, that'll be a good fight too. That'll be a good fight. Hopefully, the boy come back nice off the ACL. He's one of the best champions in all the world. Man, who you talking about? You talking about? If you talking about Fulton, yeah, he definitely wants to smoke. The zone is going under. Man, I seen that shit. Uh, I read a little bit of it, and what I got from it is not from boxing, but it maybe is enough to make the zone go under. But it's more so have to do with a soccer team or something in Germany, I believe. I'm not sure. I didn't really read too much on that because that stuff right there is detrimental for me and my boxing. You know what I'm saying? So you take away a platform, I'm like, damn, I like the zone. As soon as you turn on the zone, a fight is happening. I like that shit. So I don't want to see him go. I'm selfish, but I don't know. I ain't really dig too deep into that because I don't want him to go. Shit, I want my boxing, and I want if I miss it, I want to be able to go right back and watch it. So I'm happy with the state of boxing. Y'all ain't gonna have me over here talking about boxing is dead, it's trash. You crazy. There's a boxing event on right now. You know what I'm saying? And damn near every day, I be taking to the extreme because it's like it's a fight. It'd be like fights in these different countries and shit. I be trying to watch them shits. So, and I come from growing up in boxing where um we didn't have boxing accessible like that. Only on Fridays, Friday night fights, ESPN, HBO After Dark. When I look back at it, HBO only have maybe one card a month. You know what I'm saying? Maybe two. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's on pay per view, you don't get the pay per view. You miss it until next week. They only show the main event. They don't show the undercards. Um, Growing up in boxing, we didn't watch the prospects from the infancy all the way up to world champion like we did Shakur Stevenson. We seen him at the Olympics. We seen all his fights on ESPN, ESPN Plus. Now he one of the best fighters in the world. We didn't we didn't get a chance to go on that journey because we didn't have that accessible to us. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit dope. Like on this ESPN card, you about to watch 5 or 6 prospects that can possibly be in a year or two up there, maybe a world champion or challenging for a world title or in a big fight. So we get to follow that journey right now. So that's what's up. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here and go catch these fights. Hopefully you guys can tap in. It should be starting pretty soon. So that's what I'm about to go do. But salute to everybody coming through the building. If you guys got social media, you want to follow me, subscribe to my social media, Twitter at OverJ, Instagram L Does Boxing, and of course, make sure you guys come back to the YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody coming through for sure. I love the back and forth. It's all good. So once again, salute to everybody coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.